Hello all. We are going to start the session. And last weekend, the previous session I couldn't take because of some technical issue. Okay, now it has been sorted out. I had issue with server also, and server also it has been sorted out. Okay, so we are starting the session. So before we start off, any questions from your end? Any pending questions? Okay, so we are starting now. So before we start off, let me just check till where we have completed. Okay, so we have seen the product costing. Okay, we have seen the configuration. So many configuration steps are there in product costing. All these we need to know. Okay, except PP steps. In product costing, we have seen 4 to 5 number of PP steps. Okay, PP steps you can leave. All other steps we need to, practice. Okay, fine. So product costing, if you see, if we have time in the end, I will cover few scenarios in product costing like additive costing. All these are not part of syllabus, whichever I am telling now. Okay, so if we have time, if we have any time remaining in the end, I will be covering some real-time scenarios which were not part of syllabus. Okay, so that is about product costing. You just have to practice till this one, how to estimate, how to get the standard cost estimate from CK11N with quantity structure. So without quantity structure also, we have the transaction code KKPAN. Okay, and what is a quantity structure? Quantity structure is BOM plus routing. Okay, BOM, bill of material, BOM and routing. Okay, so these two constitute to form the quantity structure. All right, fine. So this is about product costing. That's it. Okay, so now let us start a new topic: validations and substitutions. Okay, so first let us discuss validation, then we will be going to substitution. Fine. So now, what do you mean by a validation? Validation, the name itself is saying you're validating something. Okay, we are validating something. Now, why do we have to validate? Suppose I have a bank related transaction. I'm just giving you an example. Not every time it is applicable to bank transaction. This is an example. Suppose it is a bank related transaction. For all bank related transactions, I would want to give some reference in the reference field. See, reference field we have, right? Just below the document header text in any GL document. So in the reference field, okay, I need to fill up some code wherein it identifies all the bank related transactions. Otherwise, vendor related transactions are there. For all, so and so vendor, this is, one code I'm giving. For other types of vendors, some other code I'm giving. So some coding or any identification for some document, okay, you can validate with the help of the validations. Okay, now, how does user know that, for so and so document, this is the validation? Okay, if they are not entering that code, my system should be able to stop it. Okay, SAP system should be able to stop their posting if he is not entering that particular word. Okay, so if he is entering that word, system will be successfully saving the document. If not, system will be stopping. Okay, now how to do that? Let us see. That is called a validation. Okay, now what is the configuration? Yeah, some question, please tell me. Any question? Yes. Okay, so now how is that we are doing configuration? Let us see. Validations and substitutions, both are like, they function in the same way. Okay, and the transaction codes also very much similar. That means if you learn validation, you will be easily be able to learn substitution as well. Okay, the concept is the same for both. Okay, the way we define is the same for both. Now let us see how we are defining the validation. First, let us see validations and then we shall go to substitution. Now, this validation definition can be defined at not only header level but also line item level as well, or together both. Header level, line item level, both together also we can do. First, let me give you the definition first, then we shall go to the configuration. Validation. Validation is a rule. It is a rule. Validation is a rule which is basically a check. It is a rule which is basically a check. Validation rule means validation rule only. Validation rule means it is a check on a certain field. Field means you already know what a field is in SAP. On a certain field's data. Okay. Now, this is the definition. That's it. Now, when a user is entering a transaction, it could be any transaction. Please remember, it is not just limited to GL or vendor or customer. It could be any transaction, even controlling or FI, whichever it is. So when a user is entering a transaction and enters data in that particular field wherein the validation is being defined, and if he is entering a data which is violating the validation rule. Violating means what? If the end user is violating means we have defined some rule and he is not following the rule. That is a validation. That is a violating. He violated the rule. So if at all he is violating the rule which we have already defined, then action should be taken. What is that action? Depends upon the severity. Now, if at all you would still want to accept, then you can enter just the warning message. The action is system will be throwing the warning message. So warning message means you already know any warning message will be finally, you will be able to save the transaction. It won't stop. How about an error message? If at all you would want to stop the transaction from saving, you can have an error message. So whether the system has to throw a warning message or error message depends upon the requirement. Okay, so that means you will have to define that as well. Whether the system has to throw a error message red color or yellow color, okay, whichever it is, you can define any kind of message. Now let us see. Now let us see in SAP. See, that's it. This is the definition. Now what is the transaction code in order to define the validation? GGB0. You need to remember the transaction codes. GGB0 is a transaction code in order to define the validation. Now, just now I told you, a validation can be defined at header level, line item level, or both together. Now, which area we are in? We are obviously in financial accounting. Okay. Now, whether I would want to define it header level, line item level, or both, complete document means both together. Now, so which level I have to go? Depends upon the requirement again. If end user is asking you to have the validation at line item level, go here. Otherwise at header level, go here, or both, go here. Okay, so I'm giving you an example with header level, line item level. I will be giving you assignment. Okay, now all these are the already existing validations. Now I will have to create a new one for myself. So what I will do, I'll put the cursor in the document header. I want to create a validation, right? So I say create validation button. Okay, now system has created the validation, but how about the name? Name we will have to give. So I'm giving the name here like this. I'm giving the name here like this and I say save. Now when I click save, try to observe what is happening in the system. I click save here. Okay, so it got saved. It is saying save and generation successfully completed. Okay, so validation has been created. Now, how about, in which field we are defining the validation? What is the action system is taking? All this we did not define. For that, what I have to do? Just now click this. Okay, nothing is coming. Though I clicked here, nothing is coming. Okay, it is not expanding. See, it is not expanding. Nothing is there inside it. Okay, so what I have to do is put the cursor here and I say step. I am clicking step here. Now what is happening? Step is coming. Under step, prerequisite, check, message. These three are the components of a validation rule. Okay, very important. Now, for this step, I am giving some name here. Okay, now where is that I would want to have the validation? Suppose I would want to have the validation on GL document, document header text. On this field, I would want to have the validation. So I am mentioning the same name here. I'm mentioning the same name here and I say save one more time because I need to save this description. Okay, fine. Now these three are important. I go to prerequisite. Now what is this prerequisite? See, I'm trying to say that I'm trying to create a validation that for document type essay, that means GL document type, in the document header text field, the code has to be, okay, for essay document type in my company code, the document header text field has to be some code and that code is DOR1. Okay, so any document entered with document type essay in my company code, only my company code and no other company code in the system. Though I have many sister companies created. Okay, so only for my company code, the code has to be so and so in document header text field. So this is the validation I want to create. So in this, what is a prerequisite? Prerequisite is in what cases this is applicable. That is a prerequisite. So in what cases, our example is applicable. The document header text is essay and the company code is mine. These two are the prerequisites. Okay. Now I click prerequisite here. Now what are the prerequisite? Document type and company code. Document type and company code belong to which part? Header part of the document, right? So I double click it. Because it belongs to header, I'm double clicking it on the header. Now select those two fields only. Which fields? The prerequisite, document header text and company code. Now let us see where it is. Document type, I found it. Okay, double click on document type. Document type, when I double click here, it will be coming here. Fine. Now which document type? Essay document type. So I say is equal to, now these are operators. Which operator I have to select here? Is equal to means when it is this value. This is not equal to. When I say document is not equal to, that means it won't be applied only to that particular document type. For all other document types, it is applicable. Okay. Now this is not equal to. This is greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, less than, greater than. You already know what these are. Okay. Now, in means what? I will be telling you in the next step. Okay. List. In means list. What if this prerequisite I would want to make for multiple company codes? Those multiple company codes, I need to create a list of all those company codes. Okay. I need to say in and I have to create a list of company codes. So for now, I'm telling you is equal to. So document type is equal to. Which document type? Now that value can either come from constant, okay, or a user exit also. Okay. But for user exit, you need a wrapper. Okay. So I will be selecting the constant. I say constant. When I click constant, this is coming. Which document type you would want to make it applicable? Essay. Just now, we discussed, I want to apply only to essay document type. So I say essay. So essay is coming here. Document type is equal to essay. Fine. company code is also there, right? So I need to say and, okay? Or also I can give. In what cases I can give or? If I would want to make a prerequisite in such a way that system will be selecting either document type or company code. Need not be both, but I want both. So that's the reason why I selected and, okay? And now I selected company code, right? So I go to company code field here. I double click. Company code is coming here. Which company code is equal to which company code again? Go to constant. My own company code. You can select from this list of values, but because I know the name, I'm giving the name here. Okay. So it is applicable for document type, this one, and that means this also. Okay. Not just this one. If you would want to make applicable either to this one or to this one, then you have to click or. Okay, but I would want to apply to both. Okay, both should be satisfied. Only then validation rule is applicable. So both I have selected. Fine. So this is my prerequisite. So this way you can mention any number of fields as a prerequisite. Okay. I'm just mentioning two here. You can mention the posting date, document date, currency, whichever you want, you can mention. Okay. But those fields have to be here. Okay. Fine. So I mentioned the prerequisite. Now I go to check. So once prerequisite is satisfied, system will take you to check. Now check. Now check which field I would want to have check. Document header text. So document header text is very much present in the header level. Double click header level. Where is that document header text field? I come down to check. Document header text. Double click. It is coming here. Now what is the value that you would want to have as a code in that document header text? So give that is equal to, code comes from constant or again user exit. Okay. Depending upon your requirement. Now I would want to give the code as, this is the code that I would want to have in SA document type with my company code in the document header text field. Now this has to be the check. This is the rule. Fine. I define the prerequisite and check. Now, what if this code is not being given by the person who is entering the required document in the required company code? System has to display a message. Which message? Whether it could be an error message or warning or information, whichever you want, you can define. Okay, but I would want to define error message. Which error message? What is the message? See, message comes in this area, no? Okay, whether it is green or yellow or red. Okay, where I'm moving the cursor in that part only, it will be shown. So what has to be the content in that message? That you can see. If it is real-time system, you can go like this in this pencil. Okay, pencil button. Okay, come down. Okay, suppose 30 is the message number I would want to give. Okay, so now what I will be doing, this is the message, error message that I would want to have. Enter that against some message number and save it. But this will not work in IDS. Please remember. In real-time system, yes, it will work because you will be taking help from a mapper. But in our IDS, it won't work. Okay, I'm just showing you. You are not using 30 number message here. Okay, I'm just showing you. So error message, I would want to have. What is the message number? What is the message that you would want to see? See that 30 number, is it coming here? Not coming here. 30 number we entered just now, right? But still it is not coming. It should come here. Only then it will be displayed. For that, it is also asking for some authorization. So that's why I did not take any authorization, because I do not want to disturb any ABAP related thing. So I would want to display the error message as validation test. So this is the error message that I would want to display when my rule is violated. So I click here, message number is 003. Okay, not every time it is error message. If you want to have informative message, warning message, whichever you want, you can enter. Okay, so I say enter. So this is the message that I would want to have. Now you save it. My validation rule is now set to be created. It is created now. Okay, see, save and generation successfully completed. But once you create the validation rule this way, do you think system has to apply this to all the company codes for all the users? Not at all. It is wrong. Okay, we are not supposed to, disturb others' work. So in that case, what you will have to do, assign this validation rule to your own company code. Assign the validation rule to your own company code. Why? Because, if you do not assign, then unnecessarily all the users will be disturbed. So the transaction code for that one is OB28. Validation rule transaction code is GGB0 and assignment is OB28. If you remember the transaction code, then your work will become easier. OB28. So I will be assigning to my own company code. I say new entries. What is my company code? Give your company code here. It is better always to select from the list of values. Call point. At what point of time you are calling it? My header level I want. Okay, because header level only I created, no? Header level I am saying. Now what is the validation rule that I have created? Let us select this one, no? So select here. Okay, now activation level. I would want to activate it. Say active. If you make it inactive, it will not work. Say active. Active is 1 and then say save. This is a mandatory step. Okay, fine. Now done. You're done. Now end user work. What is end user doing? He will have to enter the document, right? So this is applicable for SA document type and our own company code. So SA document type is this. So let us check if it is working or not. So end user is entering the data in such a way that he is violating the rule. Rule is what? Rule is in the document header text, the code has to be DOR1 when the document type is SA, when the company code is DOR1. But end user is not entering. What will happen? My system has to display the error message which we have selected just now. Let us see if it is getting selected or not. So end user is violating the rule. You can see validation test. This message only we gave there, no? Error message. So system will stop here. System will never allow him. Now what if the end user is entering the same code which we defined in the rule? This is the code we entered, right? So he gave and see he said enter. Now it is accepting. Okay, it will save also. Okay, I need not save it because anyways you know that how it will save the transaction. You already know how it saves. Done. Saving is done. Okay, so system is stopping if the rule is being violated. So this is about validation. So we have seen validation at header level for an FI document. You can do for line item level, even for controlling related documents. Okay. Now, even on controlling related fields also you can have, like profit center we have. Okay. Profitability analysis you have fields. On those also you can have the validation. Now, next, see, it's a very small topic. Okay, let me tell you one more thing, one more concept I'm telling you. So here I have applied this validation rule on a single company code. What if my end user is creating one more company, a new company code he created, okay, and now he wants that company code in the validation rule. Okay, not one, some 10 number of company codes he created newly, and he wants all those 10 number of company codes, okay, into that particular rule. So what is that we will have to do? We will have to create a set, SET, set. Okay, so set means it is a list of all the, whichever values you want, whether company code, currencies, whatever you want. GS01 is the transaction code in order to create the set. GS01, create set, give some name, some random name you can give. Now from which table, see, I would want to create for company code, a list of company codes, a set of company codes here. Company code you get from which table? T001, right? Okay. Company codes are stored in which table? You already know. It is T001. So you can give the T001 table here. So BKP, from BKPF, I'm fetching the company code because it is FI related document, no? So I'm fetching the company codes from BKPF. What is the field name, technical field name for the company code? Anyone? Bookers. Bookers is the technical name for company code. Enter. Say enter. Now what all values you would want to have, DOR1, DOR2, all these are company codes, no? So you can give from value to value or individual values also you can give, and you can save it. I do not know if DOR2 is also present. Okay, it is there. Okay, set has been created. Now you will have to go to the validation under prerequisite here. You have to be in change mode. Okay, now what you have to do, I have already defined now what I have to do. Delete it. Delete element. Now this one also delete. Company code in. Okay, company code in. Set. You created a set, no? What is a set ID? Get it? Oh, so many are there, okay? Yeah, here it's there, no? So it will take. Okay? Just only this change you will have to do. That's it. Now, I want other document types, KR, KA, KZ, and DR, DA, DZ, all those. Same way. You will have to create a set with all those document types and give that set here. That's it. Okay, this is the concept of sets. Now, next is substitution. Substitution. Understood everyone, this concept of validation? Clear, right? Okay. Actually, the topic is very, very small and very simple, but in real time, so many are there. Okay, we will have to create so many. At least 10 to 20 number of validations like that will be there. So substitution means what? Substitution rule, it is also checking. It is also checking a certain fields data. Okay, same definition. It is also checking certain fields data. But in validation, what is happening? If the user is violating the rule, okay, message is being thrown. But here what is happening? If that particular certain fields data matches with what has been configured in the substitution rule, the data which has been already given in that particular field will be removed, and the new data that has been configured will be defaulted. That means replacement is happening. That is being removed and the new data is coming in that place. Okay, that is happening. So nothing but see, the meaning of substitution means what? A replacement. So one data has been replaced with some other data. Okay, fine. So now let us see how we are doing it. So this is also the same way. It can be defined at header level, line item level, or both. Okay, so I will be telling you header level, and a line item level I will be giving you assignment. Okay, now what is a transaction code? Here it is GGB0. Now here it is GGB1. Very much similar. Okay, even the screen also looks similar. Okay, now I go to GGB1. See, even the screen is also the same. Okay, so what is that you are able to see here? Create substitution. So which financial accounting header level I want? So many are there. Put the cursor here in the header and say substitution. Some name you have to give. Okay. Save it. So you just created the name. That's it. How about, what is present in it? Nothing is coming. I have to say again, same way, step I have to create. Now, some pop-up is coming. What is this pop-up? This is in which field you would want to have the replacement. This is that field. Now, in which field I would want to have, suppose I would want to have the replacement in reference field. And reference field is present in obviously header level. So that's why I went to header. So reference field technical name is XPLNR, present in BKPF table. Select it and I say enter. Now, it has to be replaced with what value, what kind of value? That value is coming from whether it is a constant or is it coming from a exit or whether it is coming from a structure, field assignment structure. Now what it is, from where it has to come? Let me select constant because for exit you need an evapor help, okay? So it is a constant value. Okay, so reference field has to be substituted by a constant value. So let us give some description here. Okay, I save the description. Now when I clicked on step here, these two are coming. But in validation, prerequisite, check and message were there. But in substitution, two are there, prerequisite and substitution. So first prerequisite, or obviously, prerequisite has to be defined. Okay, before the message, prerequisite should be there. Now, what is a prerequisite? I would want to make prerequisite as document type and company code. Here also I'm taking the same prerequisite. Okay. So let us take, why same I'm taking? I will be telling you. Document type is equal to constant. SA document type. Again, and operator. And next is company code. No. Double click on company code. If it is list of values, select set. Otherwise, if you want to make it applicable only for one company code, you can give just like this. Done. Document is equal to this and company code is equal to this. Fine. That's it. So same kind of prerequisite we gave for validation also. That means on a single document, we are having both validation and substitution. Okay, right or wrong? Now, this is the prerequisite. I go to substitution. Now reference field, right? We selected wherein we would want to have the replacement. Replacement with what value? Okay, that new value, which is a substitution value, I need to give here. Now that new value is, suppose you can give, any value that you want. This is the new value that the system has to replace with. Okay, and I save it. So prerequisite and substitution. I have taken only one field. You can give two fields also. So rule we defined, but assignment also we need to make sure that the message is coming here. Now assignment also we need to give company code level assignment, just like we did for validation. Assignment is OPBH. New entries, company code, call point, header level. I've defined it header level only. No? Now what is the substitution name? This one. So activation, of course, I'm activating it. If at all you would want to deactivate, you can go here and do the deactivation as well. Active. Now I need to check, no? Okay, I need to test it. But for testing again, okay, what we need to do? You need to know the prerequisite. So prerequisite is the SA document type and my company code. So, okay. So how can I check SA document type F-02? So I'm checking it, whether it is working or not. But remember, on the same prerequisite, we have validation also. Now let us see. So in the reference field, substitution has to happen. Document header text field, validation is there. Let us see what is happening. I'm giving nothing in the reference. I'm giving nothing in the document header text. That means I'm violating validation rule, and my substitution also has to take place in the reference. Now let us see. This is not related to any of these two because this is related to period. Okay, system is saying that period is being adjusted. So no validation, no substitution in this. I say enter one more time, validation test. That means validation is working on this. How about substitution? That is also happening. Okay, so I just wanted to tell you with both examples together. Okay, so this is how it works. Got it, everyone? Done. Substitution is also done. If at all you would want to have, you can use sets. No, just like the same which we defined here, GS01, set. Okay. So this is about validations and substitutions. So any questions, anyone, anything that you did not understand here in this particular topic? Okay, because we are going to data migration next. Data migration, one of the very, very important topics. See, data migration is nothing but it is a cutover activity. So simultaneously, we are covering cutover activities. Cutover activities means what? The activities which are to be performed in production system before go live. Okay. Data. Tell me.
Jaykumar here.
Can you talk a bit louder, please?
See, Jaykumar here. Just I have some doubts. Please tell me. Yeah, I have some doubts in a validation substitution part.
Oh, okay. Let me go back to that.
We are also having the similar kind of a feature in that ERP that is called as a external validation, wherein what I want to know that whether is there any facility to call that the database functions or procedure, something like that.
What functions?
Procedure, database procedure, which will return that value. That value will assign to that substitution. Yeah.
No. Here what kind of procedure? No, procedure means what procedure?
So what, see here, what we that example was what we taken that some of them are constant values, and then some of them are related to list and those kind of thing. So normally, see, there may be some scenario that where it depends upon some condition that we can call backend procedure, database procedure, whether it is an Oracle database or whether it is a MS SQL or
Oracle database means we will be having some functions, update, delete.
Yeah,
okay. Only where conditions are there, no?
Yeah. Let me complete. So procedures or functions which will return some. Finally, it will return some value. That value will assign to that substitution area. So in that backend function or a procedure,
so
it will check maybe a lot of conditions.
Let me tell you, Jaykumar, whatever are there in this particular screen. Okay, let me just show you.
Substitution I am talking. But,
in this particular screen, whatever are there, all this system is definitely accepting.
No, these are no. There may be some different conditions also. Then we have
from
to
where
write
you
some
can
program.
Fetch. Okay, even if you say some conditions you want, from where you can get? Except this system is not having. These are the operators. Okay. And how to get the values? You will be having the user exit, constant, or a structure. That's it. No procedure calling, nothing like that.
So there is no option to call that any backend level procedure or a function to get any kind of values which we can
see. Some programs we can define, function modules we can define, from user exits you can get values. But here in the prerequisite, no, with the operators only you are defining the prerequisite. Because see, where is that? Here itself, system itself has given you this.
I don't know. I'm just asking, is there any possibility to call any such kind of thing? No.
No. And one more thing, in SAP, except where condition, we do not do any, this thing, no? Any other what do you call them? Commands we are not using, no? Where command we do not use. Update command we do not use. In SAP we do not use, no? Okay. Of course, that will come in programming. In program it will come. Okay, but here not in validation or substitution. Okay. So we are going to data migration. Data migration is one of the cutover activities. Okay. So I told you what a cutover activities are. Activity to be performed in production system before go live. Okay. Fine. Cutover activity. Now, two ways you can migrate the data. See, in first place, why do you have to migrate the data? Because suppose I'm trying to implement SAP for my client. Okay. And before this SAP, my client has been using some other ERP, suppose. Okay. And they have been using that other ERP for the past 10 years. Okay. So that ERP will now be legacy system. Whatever application that your end user is using, okay, prior to SAP implementation is called legacy system. Okay. So now that legacy system they have used for 10 years. Okay. Now in 10 years, how much of data they would have, entered in SAP? All that 10 years data can we re-enter in SAP? Okay. Lakhs of records, thousands of master data. Thousands of master data means not just the GL. You have vendor, customer, asset, and also in controlling, bank master. Okay, so many are there. Okay, some thousands of master data, lakhs of transaction data. It is not possible. So in this case, what is that you are doing? You are transferring the data from legacy system to SAP. That is called data migration here. Okay, because it is not just 10 number of records, 20, 100. Okay, some thousands of records you are transferring, you are transporting from legacy system to SAP. Now, two techniques we have. One is BDC, which is more of technical. BDC is more of technical. LSMW, which is more of functional. So both we will be using in real time. Okay, both, but depending upon the requirement. BDC means many number of records at the same time. Many means it could be like thousands, it could be like millions also. Okay. LSMW means few hundreds, like 100, 200. Okay. So in those cases we use LSMW. BDC will be done together with ABAPer. We do, after we do, and ABAPer will come into picture. He will be carrying the remaining activity in BDC. LSMW only we do without any ABAPer help. So we are going to discuss both. Okay. Now BDC. Let us see some transaction data with the help of BDC, and let us see master data with the help of LSMW. I will be showing you transaction data with the help of BDC, master data with the help of LSMW. Now, BDC, transaction data. Batch data communication. BDC means batch data communication. Transaction code SHDB. SHDB. Okay, you need to remember the transaction code. Here in BDC, a functional consultant's role is quite minimal. Quite minimal. Okay, how it is minimal, I will be showing you. Now, I say, see, transaction recorder. Okay, so I say new recording because I'm creating a new one. Okay, so I say new recording. So in BDC, functional consultant's role is just to create the recording name and do the recording of the transaction. ABAPer will do all the other activities. Even in real time also it is the same. We will have to provide the recording name with the recording in it. Okay, it is not just the name. It has to be something in it. Okay, that is a recording in it. What is the recording name? I just give some name to it. Some name I gave. Any name you can give. For which transaction you would want to do, you can give any transaction which you want. Okay, so here I would want to do for this transaction. Okay, I would want to do for this transaction. I would want to do recording. Transaction data, right? So transaction related T code I'm taking here. Now here, don't change anything. Don't change anything. Say start recording. System will take you to that particular transaction code F-02 because we have only selected, no? Now, give only the mandatory fields. Okay, we have validation and substitution on F-02, right? Okay, so validation I will say, and I say enter. How much amount? Some, randomly I'm taking the amount. I saved it. Just now I click save button, no? Recording complete. Transaction has been transferred. Okay. So system is saying that I've successfully recorded, it seems. Now where is the recording name? Okay. What has been done here? I save it. Recording was saved and I go back. When I go back, I'm able to see my own recording name with the person name, date of creation, everything. How many screens I went to, all this. One transaction, how many screens I went to. Right. That's it. Done. Functional consultant's role ends here. Our job is to give the recording name with the recording in it. I recorded some transaction and I have to copy this name and I have to give this name to the ABAPer. Now, what is ABAPer doing? What ABAPer does is session method or transaction method. All this is entirely technical. He will be selecting, he will be going with the help of transaction method or session method, whichever, okay, is applicable over there. Now, what exactly the ABAPer does? I will be showing you a recording, a video recording. Okay. Did I give you the ABAP recordings? Yes, everyone. Can you please tell me, because I don't remember for other batch I gave, which is currently going on. Did I give you ABAP recordings to you all? Please let me know.
No, Lavanya.
No. No?
No.
You're saying no?
Yeah, yes, no,
Okay,
no,
okay, fine.
we are not received.
So,
Yeah.
okay, fine. Sorry, because I really do not remember. So, I'm going to give you so many ABAP recordings I will be giving you. If you are able to understand debugging related ABAP recording is also there. If you are able to understand, you can become techno-functional consultant. Okay, please do not ignore. Of course, this is not at all mandatory. Okay, I'm not asking you to learn all these. Okay, not at all mandatory. But if you learn, it will be very, very useful to you. Okay, you will not be only independently working without a BAPR. Okay, but also you will be becoming a techno-functional consultant. A techno-functional consultant is very paid very, very high. Please remember. So I'm giving to you. Just give me a moment. This is like ABAP course, not just a recording related to this BDC or something like that. Entire ABAP course recordings I'm giving you. If you get time, please go through everything related to ABAP function module, user exit, customer exit. Okay, all these are there. Yeah. So, these two are the links. I will be showing you. Please give me a moment. I will show you. I'll just open it and I will show you. Now I'm opening. Both links you will have to go through. Both links. I'm opening both the links. Give me a moment. It is opening. Okay, both the links are there. Fine. So which one you have to go through? I'm telling you. First link is this one. Okay, wherein you will be starting from the beginning of ABAP, from the basics of ABAP. Okay, ABAP tutorials, data dictionary. Okay, and how to create a report, classical reporting, types of reporting. The main thing is debugging. This is very, very important. Not mandatory. Okay, all these recordings that I am giving to you related to ABAP, no, actually you need not learn, but if you learn, it will be very, very beneficial to you. Okay, debugging, very, very important. And so background jobs. Okay, and all this ALV also is also there. And next is the other link where advanced topics are there. Okay, control break related to debugging only. Function module, what is a function module? Okay, how to understand. BDC part 1, part 2, BDC again, session method, call transaction method, both are there. Okay, if at all you are interested, you can go through. Okay, and see, I've told you about what a functional consultant is doing so far. What a technical person does is there in this. Okay, what technical person is doing in real time, we do not do that. So that's the reason why I'm not covering it, but I'm providing you the recording of it. Okay, so user exit, customer, BAP is also there. Okay, ALE, IDOC is there. IDOC related functional part we will be discussing. This is technical part of it. And yeah, enhancements. Okay, enhancements. SAP script is also there. See, SAP script. Okay, see, if you know all this, if you learn all this, you can work as an ABAPer. Okay, so that's it. Okay, so I've provided to you. You can go through that. Okay, both the links I have given to you. Fine. So
Lavanya,
now,
sorry, Lavanya, that just have a doubt.
Tell me.
So we are discussing about the BDC part. Just tell me that in the practical scenario that, see, for example, you said that we have to record the transaction, right? Now the
Yes.
recording the transaction is that normally it will happen in a live scenario, correct? Or maybe that we are
Recording the
moving
transaction is what?
in live environment, right? Which if you
Of
want to move,
course.
yeah, if you want to move the data maybe or pull the data from a live environment to maybe some other environment, am I correct?
From a legacy system to SAP.
Then legacy system, then that is my doubt. Legacy systems normally assume that if you are using some other ERP, the organization is already taken the decision that we are going for an SAP. So SAP, that everything is that initial setup and everything is over in our live environment. Now we have to transfer whatever the historical data, whatever it is there in the in other legacy system to our SAP. So here recording that, how that will take place by using the recording part.
I didn't understand your last question. How?
How did we see? If you are saying the recording is that, as per my understanding, whatever that transaction we are entering in a live environment or whatever it is, we are just recording. So it means that how we can migrate or pull a data from a legacy system to SAP.
See, connections will be there. If there is no interfaces, okay, nothing will happen. Interfaces will be there between legacy system and our SAP system.
What kind of interfaces that?
What kind of interfaces means depends. Okay, what kind of legacy system you are working. Okay, with that our SAP system will be connected. Okay, that connections our basis persons will look after.
So, Lavanya, that normally how we do that migration and everything, suppose if we are migrating from a one geography or one particular instance or one particular application, whatever that as per our current, the latest ERP, what we are going to use, we are normally what we do, we ask that data as per that format, the template format.
Yeah, see, that only I'm telling you.
We will ask it in an Excel format.
BDC, no, let me just tell you. See, I'll tell you what. Wait, I will be opening one document to show you.
This is LSMW, right? That is
just wait a moment.
Yeah.
See, this is one document, okay, wherein in LSMW, I'm asking my end user to give and he's giving me information like this. So this is according to some format. And I'm getting the file like this because I'm myself migrating. I'm doing all this migration by myself. Of course, connections are there, which if the basis person is looking at. But, okay, but the data I'm migrating. All this data I'm migrating. So I'm getting the data from my end user and I'm working on the data. But in BDC, we do not do. We just create the recording. That's it.
But creating a recording.
And this is LSMW.
LSMW, that as per you explained that I understood the scenario. But in the BDC, that see, we are saying that
even for BDC also it is the same. File will be sent, but file will be there with ABAPer, not with us.
But I am confused that about the recording part. How we will use the recording and where it will use and those kind of thing for our migration.
How part, is that we are doing the recording means? What exactly?
Sorry. So you are saying that recording, right? BDC, that we are recording one of the transaction.
BDC functional part is to do the recording. Any transaction. Yeah. Okay, fine. So your question?
Now see. BDC, that the recording part, that it is just creating in a kind of a template or something like that.
Exactly. That's it. It is kind of template only. Yes, but for one transaction. How about all transactions that have to be transported? That will be given by end user to the person whosoever is doing BDC.
So then how do we consider that a mandatory or optional kind of fields in a particular tables? So assume
We
that
know,
if you are,
right? See, in F-02,
yeah.
whichever fields are mandatory, we know. See,
So,
currency field is mandatory.
so
Company code
while
is mandatory.
while making the entry that we are recording or we are entering that mandatory fields, accordingly system will take it all mandatory fields in the template.
Yes, of course. Only the mandatory fields we are entering.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And ABAPer does all the mapping with whatever data he has got from the end user. He will be mapping accordingly.
Oh, you mean to say that based on that recording of the particular that transaction, a web person that he will map that respective the columns, the mandatory columns where he
Yeah,
will
for
map
that
it.
purpose only. In order to explain you that purpose only, I'm giving you the
Okay, okay.
recordings.
I think I will come to know that when you are explaining the next step, so that I will wait for that.
Yes, Jaykumar?
I am saying that see, when you are explaining the next session related to the BDC, then I will come to know more about that how we can do
No,
a
next
migration.
session BDC means this is about BDC. Next is LSMW we are going to discuss.
So BDC is that you are saying that as a functional consultant, we have to just
Yes.
record the transaction.
From functional perspective, what is being done, that I have shown in the session. Okay, what ABAPer is doing, I'm giving you the recording. No, please check the
other recording. Yeah. So that we can check that one. And
yeah, you please check. Three sessions he took just on BDC.
Okay.
Okay. For that purpose only, I'm giving you.
Yeah, will do. So that depends upon that transaction code that we have to record that.
The transaction code. Okay, of course.
We have to record as many number of recording.
Yes. Okay. Every transaction code, one recording. F-02 recording will not be taken for MM01 transaction.
Understood.
Okay?
Yeah, clear.
Fine. So this is about BDC. Even in your interview also, you need to tell the same way. For BDC, you have given the recording name and ABAPer has done. Just go through, what ABAPer is doing, and you can, just explain. Just what ABAPer is doing.
Okay.
Even if you do not explain anything, that is also fine. From your, end, what is that you have done? You need to explain. That's it. Now, LSMW. LSMW, what does it stands for? Legacy System Migration Workbench. Legacy System Migration Workbench is a transaction code for LSMW. Now, what is happening here? This is also for data migration only. That means you are migrating data from from legacy system to your SAP system. Okay, fine. So in the beginning itself, you will be giving some templates to your end user, asking him to fill up while doing the cutover activities. So your end user will be giving you all the data in the template. Okay, what is the template? How your end user is giving you the template, I am going to tell you now. In LSMW, 14 number of steps are there, which you need to remember all of those. So let us see one by one. So LSMW itself is a transaction code for this one. So I am going to the transaction code, LSMW. Transaction code itself, LSMW. So welcome to Legacy System Migration Workbench. Now, I need to create my own LSMW session. Okay, so I will be removing the existing one here. Now, what I'll say, I'll give some project name. and I say create. Okay. So for which project you are creating this LSMW, I say enter. System is asking for sub-project. You can give any values here. It is just the name, that's it. The name of your project. Object. You can give any name here. Okay, give all these parameters and say enter and say execute. All these are the steps that you need to remember and by heart. In interviews, mostly it will be asked. Okay, very first step is maintain object attributes. Very first step is maintain object attributes. Click this execute, or even you can click function key F8. Execute means function key F8 only. Okay, now you can see this. Now here I want to do LSMW which way? Whether it is standard batch, batch input recording, BAPI, IDOC, how is that I would want to see. As a part of our syllabus, we are covering batch input recording. Whichever you want, you can select. Okay. Now, I would want to create batch input recording name. See here also you are creating recording. Okay. So for that, system is in display mode. See display mode. So get into change mode. For that, this is the button. I got this in change mode. Now I will have to put the select batch input recording radio button because I'm selecting this option. Out of these four, you can select any one. I'm selecting batch input recording. Now click this recording overview. System took you to the screen. Now recording name I will have to create, right? Now create recording. What is the recording name? You can give any name to the recording. I'm saying record. No, let me give just short name I'm giving. So this is the name of my recording. This is my recording name and username. I say enter. Not acceptable it seems. Okay, why it is not acceptable? System will not take any special characters. So this is my recording name. I am creating. For which transaction code? Okay, I would want to apply this for vendor master data. Okay, because we have discussed transaction data earlier, I am discussing master data now. I can give any master data, but here I am giving vendor master. So for vendor master, I want to have, I say enter. So system took me to the vendor master data transaction code. Okay. Now I've taken the vendor master external number range, right? External means manually you will have to give. So the one which is not there already, that only I will have to give. I'm giving 7 or I will give 5. 5 is not been created. Give company code. Give account group. You should be knowing the technical names of all these fields. I say enter. What is the title? What is the name? Country. Say next. See, if at all you want, you can give city, district, state, whichever you want, you can give. Okay. But try to give only the mandatory fields. Okay. Next, I do not want to give this because nothing is mandatory. Next, nothing is mandatory. Recon account is mandatory, no? So I select. Why did I create a new one? Sundry vendors new. I don't remember why we created. So these two are mandatory here. Next, payment terms. Okay. Payment terms and then say enter. No, nothing is mandatory again. I save. I'm saving. Let's see, recording running. Okay, this is the recording. Create recording screen. Put the cursor here and say enter button. Put the cursor here on the recording name, not on the transaction code. Sorry. Put the cursor on the recording name. Say enter. Okay. Now say default all. Say default all. When you say default all, the fields which you have entered the values, those fields will come. Remember the technical names of the fields. Listener, Booker's, K-Talk, Android, name 1, land 1. Please remember all this because those we need to manually enter. Okay. And if you come down, Acont, FDGRV, ZTerm. So these are the technical names of the fields what we have entered. Fine. Now you save it. Recording name has been created. Data saved. And you come back. When you go back, okay, this is also fine. And come back. Recording name has been created by this person for this transaction code. Come back. Now, what is a recording name? See, green color came. Okay, green color is there means something is there in that. So that you can select from here. It is coming. So this is the recording name that we have created. Okay, now you save it. Okay, data is saved. And if you come back, first step is executed. At what time, which date it was executed, by whom, everything is coming here. System has automatically put the cursor on the next step. Now select, you need not select this because it is already been selected by default. Now what you need to do is maintain source structure, execute. Now change button. Create structure name. Some structure name you will have to create. So I gave some name. You can give any name to this structure. I gave some structure name and description. I save it. I go back, make sure everything is saved. See again, second step is completed with the time stamp in it. Third step system has selected. Now, here, don't execute directly. Go to Object Overview. Now, what is that you need to say? List. Now, okay. So, if you come down, what all fields you have given, those are coming in this table name, this transaction code, all this. These are the technical names of the fields. Okay. So now what you need to do is go to overview in table format. Okay. And from here, put the cursor like this. From bookers, from company code, copy like this. Listener also you will have, because it is external, no? Listener also you will have to select. Okay, all the 4 columns you copy. Okay, Control C I did. Now what I have to do? Go to your remote desktop. Open up a Excel. Give some name to Excel. Okay, I'll say file 1. Otherwise, let me be clear. LSMW, I'll say. LSMW1. I open it and I have to paste. Command. Control V. Okay, I pasted it. I have to save it. Okay. Make sure you save it. Now, come back to SAP screen. I came back. Now, go back. Go back. You went back. Now, maintain source fields. Now you execute. Now you can see, the structure, right? Now say change mode. Put the cursor on the structure name and say copy fields. Copy fields. Okay, I need to upload, right? Say upload. I have clicked this continue. Enter. Now, which Excel name has to be copied? LSMW. Excel. You open it. Okay. Why it is coming like this? Let me see this. If it is not coming, I will cover one more time. It should not come like this. So fine, I will check this today. Okay, I will surely cover this. I have already checked it. Okay, but do not know why where the mistake is. So instead of checking and wasting time, what I'll do is, did I give you the real-time documentation, everyone? The real-time documentation, that means the functional specs, HLD, high-level design.
Those are there. I think maybe if you see
Did I give?
14 or 15, just check it a session 14, 15, that point of time.
No, 14, 15, fine. But did I give the
document? I think shared some of the details.
Fine, not a problem. Okay, if I have already shared, then it's fine only. So let me just see what all topics we are left with. Okay, validation, substitutions we have covered. We are in the middle of data migration in LSMW.
What about special
so
GL?
If we have already covered, then this I've already given. FS, HLD, project plan document. Already I gave, right?
Yeah, project plan, but given that
means I'm marking it black.
SAP only, and I asked that Agile if you have something that
Agile is there. Agile I'm not marking it, no?
Yeah.
Agile is there. Okay. But this I've already given. Okay, whichever I've already told, only those I'm marking.
Lavanya, that one more thing that we discussed earlier about the TDS part. You said that I will share that document. So please note down that TDS part, withholding tax.
If you have, you can. Okay, but
I think you said that you will share the document but it will not work in a that IDS environment you said.
No, at least for information purpose, all others will have, no? Okay, if you have, you can share.
No, you said that you will share. I'm not
No,
saying.
no, actually, no. Withholding related, I do not have any. GST, you have asked me. GST, right? GST related, I have some document, but it is not working.
But these TDS
TDS related, I do not have. GST, yes, I have document, but I'm not at all sure that it will work in IDS because I never, tried.
Yeah, you can share that details. So
Okay, I will share. Okay, document, GST document, I will share.
So you are saying that you don't have a TDS and that withholding tax related.
No,
part,
TDS, right? Actually withholding tax, really I do not have.
Okay.
Okay, and GST. And one more thing, service industry related integration also you have asked me. That document I do not have. I'm searching for it. I got some information, but I don't think it is entire thing about service. But I'm checking it. But definitely I will provide it. Okay.
Okay.
And one more thing I need to tell you. Zarantech is planning to have a demo session. Demo means for a new batch in the coming weekend. Okay. So we might have only one session next weekend because it is planned by Zarantech management. Okay, I'm not responsible. But I do not know whether it is Saturday or Sunday that we are having. Okay, so I will let you know about that. Okay, the support team will be informing to you. Okay, but only one session we will be having next weekend.
Lavanya, that one small concern that last time that nobody is informed us either in advance or we almost 1 hour we were there.
Exactly. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, really sorry. I was trying lot, but there was lot of trouble going on with my internet connectivity last weekend. I'm really sorry about that. And I was trying to reach support team. They are not taking my call. And when they called me, my charging was getting over. So lot of things were
actually
happening.
I also called the supporting team. Nobody was responding.
And actually that thing is that particular issue is happening on that particular time. Okay, if had I known beforehand, I would have told. Okay.
Lavanya, what about in our special what about the special GL and parallel currency which we discussed that time?
That is part of, I am telling you, new GL I have not told yet. As a part of new GL, we will be discussing parallel accounting and document splitting.
Okay. And one more thing that
it is yet to be covered.
Yeah, one more thing that one major part I think which we are missing still, I think asset accounting. Are we taken?
Asset accounting also I will be covering.
Correct.
Let me cover data migration and IDOCS. And FSV also I will try to cover. Happily we can cover the remaining topics. Okay, I will be covering. Okay, trading partner also I will tell. If we have time, I will cover accruals in controlling also. But depending upon the time, because this is not a part of our syllabus. But if we have time, definitely I will be covering. Okay, and I will also cover, if we have time, mass transaction in SAP. Okay, this also will try to cover, depending upon time, because these are not part of syllabus. Okay. So I'm sorry. I mean, today I really tried LSMW, but in the session I am not able to because some mistake there would have been. So instead of checking the same in the session, what I'll do is I will be checking today and I will be covering the same in the
tomorrow we can.
Tell me.
Yeah, I'm saying that tomorrow you can check it tomorrow, and then maybe that if it is possible we can discuss tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow we are definitely having the session. I'm talking about next weekend. Next weekend, there is a demo, held. So I will be taking a demo for the new batch. So that's the reason why support team has scheduled only one session for our batch in the next weekend.
I also just want to ask one thing. In as you said, data migration, there are two methods which we are using. One is a BDC and LSMW. Whether that same thing is is applicable in our latest the version, that is in SAP HANA, S4 HANA?
See, S4 HANA, I worked on HANA, but not everything. So I cannot confirm.
Okay.
I cannot give wrong information. When I did not work,
Yeah,
I cannot give any
I'm just asking that
LSMW related, I really did not work.
Okay.
On HANA, especially. Okay. Only few areas I worked on HANA. So I cannot confirm on it.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Fine then. This is for today. So tomorrow's session, we are discussing LSMW, the remaining part. IDOCS we will discuss. FS we will discuss. Trading partner also we will discuss. I mean, all these small topics we will be covering. Year-end closing we cannot do. Only once we complete all these things we can do year-end closing. Okay. So, once we complete this, we will be discussing PCA, New GL, asset accounting. Okay. Depending upon the time, we will be covering the extra topics, and then we will be taking the mock interview and resume correction. Okay.
I have a question, Lavana.
Yeah. Please tell me.
So if we are not able to cover the ones that you said, when are we going to cover, since next week is the last session that we are going to have?
We are not covered what?
You said we are not able to cover the year-end closing and then other ones. And my question is, next week will be the last session that we are going to have. So since we are not able...
Year-end closing we will be covering, but after all the topics are covered. Okay, because once we do year-end closing, we will not be able to make any postings here.
But Lavanya, what she is asking that next week is not our the final session, right? I think there are a few more sessions, right?
Yes,
yeah,
that's what.
Of course. I think. See, I will tell you what. I will tell
correct.
you. Give me a
yeah, she's asking that next week. She's that asking that whether is next weekend is that last session. I think it's no.
Wait. I will tell you. We still have 10 hours left.
Yeah. So that means at least that
not 10 hours. No, wait, please wait. We still have 9 hours left. Around 9 hours. Yes, 9 hours left. So we still have 9 hours. No, we will be able to do all this. In 9 hours, we will be able to do all these. Okay. 9 hours means if we take 2 hour session tomorrow, we will be having around 7 hours time. So 7 hours means in 3 sessions it will be completed. 3 to 4
session, whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Fine, everyone.
Yes.
Okay. So this is for today, everyone. So today's I will be taking 1 hour only. I mean, I'm counting 1 hour only because I joined too late. So I'm counting only 1 hour. Okay,
Lavanya, I think when I checked it today, there are some of the sessions are not available in video sessions are not available.
Can you tell me which are not available? Can you put the same in the discussion board so that I can talk to support team?
No, but I just want to cross-validate with the other the participants also, because on chat I mentioned. Can you just check it in my chat? Session 10, 15, 24 and 26.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out and let you know if I have it.
Yeah. Santosh, are you there? Narendra, are you there?
Yeah, Jaykumar, I'm there. So I'll also
Santosh,
check.
Yeah, just check it that session 10, 15, 24, 26, because when I am refreshing also, I was getting some kind of error that not able to see the videos. So that if you are also are facing the same problem, so then we can inform them.
So what are the session numbers, Jaykumar? 10?
10, 15, 24, 26. That chat I already messaged to everybody.
So number 10 is there. Number 10 is there. Number
Yeah,
15
it
is
was,
15 is there.
yeah, you are able to see, right?
Yeah, it is there. And
Maybe
24.
24 is also there.
Yeah, 24 is also there, and 25, 26 is also there.
Maybe it is because of my internet connection issue. So, okay.
Yeah.
Just I want to cross verify that. Nothing.
Yeah.
And then last one, Lavana. So when are we going to have the mock exam? So what is it?
Louder, please. Louder, please. Sorry.
When are we going to have the mock?
The mock interview.
Mm-hmm.
After all the syllabus is completed, we will be having a 1 hour mock interview session.
And also, as you said, Lavanya, that after completion of that entire module, and also you said that you have to practice everything, and within a month,
That
maybe
is
you
what
said.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
After
you said.
the entire syllabus is completed, I will be giving you 2 to 3 weeks of time for practice.
Yeah. Then after that, we have to. Yeah,
So please let me complete. Please let me complete. After practice, you need to confirm to me in the discussion board saying that your practice is completed. Then I will be taking a mock interview session. It is combined, okay, not 1-to-1. It is combined, like today's session only, like every time session only. It is combined. But I will be giving you time for that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks for joining.